Who were the Timucua people in Florida history? Imagine a time long before Miami's skyscrapers and busy streets, when lush forests and winding rivers were home to a vibrant Native American community. That community was the Timucua. They were a large group of people who lived across northern and central Florida, and even parts of southern Georgia. They weren't just one tribe but a collection of over 30 chiefdoms, each with its own leader. They shared a common language, but it had many different dialects. At their peak, the Timucua population was around 200,000 people, spread over about 19,000 square miles of land. The Timucua were experts at living off the land. They made their homes along rivers, coastlines, and inland areas. They fished for fish and shellfish like oysters and clams, hunted game such as deer and small animals, and gathered fruits and nuts. They also farmed crops like corn, beans, and squash, which were staples in their diet. To travel across water, they carved dugout canoes from large tree trunks, which were essential for fishing and moving between villages. Archaeologists have found shell mounds at various sites, showing how much they relied on aquatic resources and how long they had lived in the region. Their culture was rich and spiritual. The Timucua worshipped the sun and the moon and believed in spirits that influenced their daily lives. They lived in round houses made from palm thatch, which kept them cool in the hot Florida climate. They crafted tools and jewelry from bones, shells, stones, and wood. Their society was organized into chiefdoms, with local leaders guiding their communities, but they were not united as one nation. Instead, each chiefdom was independent, yet they shared cultural practices and beliefs. When Europeans arrived in the mid-1500s, the Timucua encountered new people and new challenges. French explorers first came near the St. John's River, and later the Spanish established St. Augustine in 1655 at a Timucua village called Selay. At first, they traded and even cooperated with the Europeans. But things changed quickly. Diseases brought by Europeans, along with warfare and efforts to convert them to Christianity, caused their population to decline sharply. By the late 1700s, only a few hundred Timucua remained, and many were absorbed into other tribes or disappeared altogether. Even though the Timucua no longer exist as a distinct group, their story is an important part of Florida's history. For Miami, a city far to the south, they reminded us of the region's deep indigenous roots. Their history shows how native peoples thrived long before European contact and how their culture was shaped by the land and water around them. Today, you can find their legacy in archaeological sites, museums, and parks in northern Florida. These places help us remember the original inhabitants of the land, long before Miami became a bustling city.